Here's the truth. Self-publishing a book isn't free, but can you still make money and turn a profit? Absolutely. Today, I'm going to show you how to budget smartly for your self-publishing journey so you can make the most of your investment while avoiding common financial mistakes. Before we jump into numbers, let's talk about why budgeting is absolutely crucial in the self-publishing world. Self-publishing can be a fantastic way to earn money and grow your author career. Still, without a solid financial plan, it's easy to get overwhelmed or waste money on things that don't bring a return. The reality is, if you don't budget wisely, you can end up spending more than you earn, or worse, you can end up with a subpar product because you didn't allocate the funds where you needed them the most. It's an investment, and like any business, you need to track every dollar. It's the quality of your book, not the extravagance of your book launch, that will win readers over. So let's tackle the 5 main areas you'll need to budget for when you self-publish your book. First up, editing costs. Editing is the most important aspect of publishing a book, and it's not an area where you should cut corners. Whether it's a developmental editor who helps you with the structure and flow of your book, a copy editor who focuses on grammar and sentence structure, or a proofreader who makes sure your book is free of typos and errors. Each of these roles play a vital part in making your book professional and polished. It's important to understand that a book with errors or a disjointed narrative can be a turnoff for readers. It tarnishes your reputation as a professional writer and leads to disappointing sales. While it may seem like a significant investment, it's a cost-effective measure in the long run, saving you from negative reviews and lost sales. On average, self-published authors can expect to pay anywhere between $500 to $3,000 for editing, depending on the length, complexity, and type of editing your book requires. If you're just starting out, I recommend budgeting at least $1,000 for editing. This should give you a solid level of service from an experienced editor. Keep in mind that your book's success depends on its quality, and when it comes to editing, you truly get what you pay for, so don't skimp on this step. Next, cover design. I know, this is probably advice you've heard over and over again, but it's worth repeating. Your book cover is the first thing readers will see. It's what grabs their attention in a crowded marketplace, whether they're browsing online or standing in a bookstore. A good cover design can mean the difference between a potential reader clicking on your book or passing it by. So don't underestimate its importance. A professional book cover is one of those essential investments that can pay off big time in the long run. While it might be tempting to save some money by designing your own cover or hiring a cheap designer, you can't afford to skimp on this. Readers are drawn to books that look polished and professional, and a DIY cover can make your book look unprofessional, which can seriously hurt your sales. The cost for a good cover designer typically ranges from $200 to $1,500, depending on their experience and the complexity of your design. If you're just starting out, a solid budget for your cover should be around $500 to $800. This should be enough to hire an experienced designer who can create a cover that reflects your book's genre, tone, and audience. This is your first impression with potential readers. You only get one chance to make them curious enough to click on your book, so make sure your cover stands out. Investing in a great cover is investing in your book's success. Enjoying this video? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos packed with tips and insights just like this one. Now let's talk about marketing and promotion. This is another big expense that many self-published authors underestimate. It's easy to think that once your book is live on platforms like Amazon, the sales will just start rolling in. Unfortunately, that's not the case. If you don't actively promote your book, no one will know it exists. There are millions of books out there, and if you want yours to stand out, you need to put in effort into getting the word out. To market your book successfully, you'll need to set aside a marketing budget for essential services like social media ads, email marketing, and possibly book promotion sites that help get your book in front of the right readers. Without a solid marketing plan, even the best book might not reach its audience. Paid ads are often a key part of a successful marketing strategy, and they can range from $100 to $1,000 a month, depending on your goals and the platforms you're using. Social media ads are a great way to target specific demographics, and platforms like BookBub or BookGorilla can promote your book to large email lists for a fee. Set aside at least $300 to $500 for your initial marketing efforts. This budget will help you get started with paid ads. Submit your books to promotional sites and begin building your author platform. The most important thing is marketing is ongoing, so be prepared to adjust your budget as you learn what works best for your book. Next is formatting costs. Let's face it, formatting your book can be a daunting task, especially if you're not tech savvy. You might think you can handle it yourself using free tools, but if you want your book to look polished and professional across all platforms, professional formatting is the way to go. Formatting ensures that your text appears correctly on every device and in every format, whether it's an e-reader, tablet, or a printed paperback. A well-formatted book not only makes your work look more professional, but also prevents issues like broken links, improper page breaks, or fonts that don't display correctly on different devices. If you've ever tried to read an ebook with strange formatting, you know how off-putting it can be. The great news is professional book formatting is relatively affordable compared to other self-publishing expense. On average, you can expect to pay anywhere from $150 to $500, depending on the complexity and length of your manuscript. For a shorter ebook, the cost might be on the lower end, but if you're publishing both ebook and a paperback, the price will likely be closer to the higher end of that range. If you're self-publishing on platforms like Amazon KDP or Ingram Spark, you'll need separate formatting for print and digital versions. It might seem like an extra expense, but good formatting is critical to presenting your book professionally. The small investment now can save you time and headaches later while making sure your readers have the best experience possible. Last but not least, distribution and ISBN fees. When you're self-publishing, getting your book into readers' hands isn't just about writing and editing. It's also about distribution. To sell your book, you'll need an ISBN, which is a unique identifier for your book that helps booksellers and libraries track your work. Some self-publishing platforms like Amazon KDP offer free ISBN, which is convenient, especially for first-time authors. Keep in mind that if you use a free ISBN provided by KDP, Amazon will be listed as the publisher and not you. If you want to maintain complete control and ownership of your book's publishing rights, you might prefer to purchase your own ISBN. This option is available through Bowker, the official ISBN agency in the US, and typically costs about $125 for one ISBN. Another option is to buy ISBNs in bulk. If you plan to publish multiple books, you can purchase them in packages of 10 or more for a better deal, which can save you money in the long run. In addition to ISBNs, distribution platforms like Ingram Spark or Publish Drive may have setup fees or charges for access to certain distribution channels like global bookstores or libraries, but it's essential to budget them if you plan to make your book available in multiple formats or reach wider markets. By budgeting ISBNs and distribution fees up front, you'll ensure your book can be sold and distributed everywhere you want it to be. All these costs seem overwhelming at first. When you budget wisely, you're investing in the quality of your book and your future success. Now that you know how to budget for self-publishing success, it's time to think about the financial side of your earnings. If you're curious about how much money you can actually make from self-publishing, make sure you check out this video where I share how much money you can make with self-publishing. Click here to watch it now. I'll see you there.